All right, so let's take what we learned and what we already know, and we're going to label this diagram and picture of the eye. So you're going to see you have a picture of what the front of the eye looks like when you're looking at somebody's face, as well as a diagram of the inside of the eye. And I have boxes and lines already set up for you, and you're just going to have to drag your terms to the right spot. So let's start with the easy stuff, what you already know about the eye. So here is a picture of an eye. You can tell by the way that the eyelashes go and by this little pink part here and the tear duct here that this is where the person's nose would be. So if we're looking at this eye, we know that the hair that grows along the bone above the eye is called the eyebrow. So we're going to take that and drag it into that box. And then the skin that is on the top and bottom of the eye that you can open and close to blink, that is your eyelid. And then the little tiny hairs that grow around the edge of your eyelid on the top and on the bottom, those are your eyelashes. And all three of those have a very similar job, just to keep things out of your eye, to keep your eye safe. The little hairs will collect dust and little bits of things that try to get in your eye, and your eyelid can close to protect your eye. So then the next three parts I want to label both on the picture of the eye and on the diagram of the eye. So you'll see that our last three boxes have lines going both to the picture and to the diagram. So this white part of the eye, the white vitreous, they call it, part of the eye, that's what we call the sclera. The colored part around the eye that gives people different colored eyes, that is called the iris. And on this diagram here, you can see that the iris is kind of this skinny section here and here on either side of this space in the middle, and that black space in the middle, or the space that looks black in the middle, it's actually clear, is the pupil. So now if we go to the next page, we're going to repeat some of those same labels, and we're going to add some more. So we were just saying that this space in the middle of the eye, that is the pupil. And then the colored part that goes around the eye is the iris. And, whoops, it's hard when I do this by myself. Nobody can point out when I make a silly mistake. The pupil's in the middle. And then most of the eye, this big white part that's full of the vitreous fluid, is the sclera. So then we also have this larger curved section that's clear here towards the front of the eye, just behind the pupil, and that is the lens. On the very front of the eye, this clear dome in the front, that is, oh my goodness guys, I am making all sorts of mistakes. The lens, and then this curved clear dome in the front is the cornea. The bundle of nerves that go out the back of the eye to the brain, that's called your optic nerve. And then along the back wall of the eye, that surface that is full of photoreceptors and full of cones and rods is the retina. So take a few minutes if you haven't already and make sure that your diagrams look like mine.